The biggest killer of coffee machines is, of course, lime scale. So I live in Nottingham, which is a very, very hard water area. So this is what I do, and I've used a range of things. I've used third wave water, I've used sort of Formula 56, and I've worked out that, coffee taste doesn't, it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. And this is the cheapest way, and quite tasty. And I use it for drinking water as well as running it through my coffee machines. So what I do is I just get my distiller and just run it overnight, and it fills 4 litres of this water here. When you have a look in here after it's distilled, what's left you probably wouldn't want to drink any, and that's what you're finding in tap water. So I'm not impressed with what leaves behind there, all those trace elements that are there. Anyway, so once I've dissolved that, I've got some distilled water, which is basically pure water. So what I then do is I pour some of it into this jar here. This is my dissolving jar, and I just keep adding Himalayan salt water. And again, you can get this from Amazon for just a few pounds. Pure fine pink Himalayan salt. So all I do is just add that and keep adding it until it stops dissolving. And as you can see here, I've got a little bit of salt there at the bottom, so I know. What you then do, give it a good shake, leave it 24, 48 hours. If all the salt's dissolved, perhaps add another spoonful in there, and just keep adding it until that dissolving stops. So now this is my kind of concentrate. So what I do is I just, for purposes, I then pop it into this empty jar here. So I fill that up with that solution. And I take 2 litres of my distilled water and I pop it into a 2 litre bottle. And then I get 3 or 4 teaspoons and just pour those into the jug there along with that distilled water. And then I've got then my water that I use for drinking, and I also use this water for all my coffee machines. The Himalayan salt water is better than natural salt. Apparently it has 64 different minerals, which is sodium, potassium, which is going to enhance your coffee flavours as well. So, if you just use distilled water, that is one, it's not good for boilers, but also as well, it wouldn't be very good for coffee taste. We need those sodiums, potassiums, and all those other magnesiums to enhance the flavour of the coffee. So, just to recap again, I distill my water into here. I then pour that distilled water into here. And then I keep adding the Himalayan salt into here until it stops dissolving, and then that is then my solution. For just pouring purposes, I transfer it into a little thing, so I can actually just open that top up and squirt into here. And then once I've got my distilled water, I just add 4 teaspoons of the dissolved salt water into there. So I'll do 4 into that, and then I'll have another 2 litre jug, and I'll do 4 teaspoons into that as well. And that's how I do it. Hope you like this video. Please have a look at my website, www.thehomebaristas.co.uk, and I've got a good range of coffee machines and grinders that are specifically I've chosen for the home, and I only choose the best quality